Dua Lipa wearing the brand. Anne-Marie was wearing it all over her album cover, and it was all over the tubes. And she had like her hands up by her face, and she looked insane.
Hi guys! We are in Manchester, coming to you from a slightly different setup. We're in bed.
We are in bed together.
I know, I love that for us.
This is the lushest podcast.
I know, honestly. Well, to give you a bit of context, like we said, we're in Manchester. We're at the Allen Hotel.
So aesthetic.
It's so aesthetic. They've put us up for a couple nights while we're here with the whole team. We're basically doing like a 72 hours in Manchester.
It's been full on. We've had 24 hours so far.
Yeah.
We got the 7 o'clock train from London yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, wasn't it?
Was
Virgin
amazing.
sorted us out, 2-hour express train.
It was brilliant, very easy. We're going to do a thing on site with everything we wore throughout the whole trip, so make sure you check that out for all the
And what are
links.
you actually wearing today?
I'm wearing, oh my God, I wish I was wearing the full set because it's actually so cute, but I'm wearing a jacket from Rotate. It actually has a matching skirt, but I thought if we were in the bed, I might, flash you. So yeah, jacket from Rotate. This is my new tank, I'm trying to show you, from Bimba Ilola. And then these are actually Adenola, like linen trousers.
Nice.
Yeah, they're really comfy. And that's it. What are you wearing, Daisy?
I am wearing COS. We went down to the COS store the other day, didn't we? We loved their new season. So COS new season denim jacket, Life of Bees tank, which I have worn to death. The quality is amazing. We love Life of Bees.
Good.
And I've got some COS jeans on, which have like a drawstring denim, which I really love. So that's me today.
Cute. Well, let's get into the hot list. We are going to do a bit of our regular hot list before we go and chat to everyone else. So first up, the It Ends With Us trailer has dropped.
Can I just say, this is why you should never judge a book by its covers. I think it's amazing.
Are you taking the piss?
No,
Have you read the book?
Yes, I've read the book.
Oh
but
my
I saw the
God.
pictures. You know when the pictures were revealed and everyone was like, oh, it's cast so wrong. Why are they so old? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. Now I've seen the trailer. I love it. I'm so excited.
Oh no, I've got the completely opposite. I stand by my this is not right.
No, I think it's brilliant.
I think because I read it, I just didn't picture these people like being so old. And then now that I'm watching it, I'm like, it's just different. It's
Colleen
just not...
Hoover actually has said she's made a mistake because he's a neurosurgeon and neurosurgeons have to study for years and years. So actually she made, what was the girl called?
Lily.
She made Lily in the book too young, so actually Lily should have been older because it doesn't make sense that like...
It's fair, yeah. And I think she keeps saying in interviews that she quite likes the fact that they're older. It makes more sense now in her head, but I think as a reader, I'm just like, no.
But what did you imagine them to be?
I just imagine them to be in their like at least early 30s or like late 20s. Also, I think because it was fan cast so much on TikTok, you just attach yourself to like the people you think it's going to be.
Of course, but I do think the acting looks really good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
and
Big
the
Lively.
flower shop. Did you see the flower shop?
Yeah, it does
the
look
flower
good.
shop looks beautiful.
Sorry, but the costume isn't that good.
No,
I don't know who the stylist is.
No, I do agree.
No shade,
I do agree. I think that lets it down. But it's not about that, is it?
No,
it's
I know. But it all comes, I think it is though, because all of that comes together and it like paints a picture. There are so many like books turned into movies and they nail everything. And you're not going to please everyone.
No, and everyone's thoughts.
I know, but it just, I think there were little things that could have been better, but...
He's hot.
He's hot. I've always loved him in Jane the Virgin. Have you ever watched that?
No.
Oh my God, it's the best.
Really?
You need to watch Jane the Virgin.
Okay.
So good. But yeah, there are a few trailers that have dropped. The other one was Wicked, and that I am so excited for. I'm a huge like theatre
Jonathan
girl.
Bailey's in it, isn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Also, he was running Hackney Half at the weekend.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
But yeah, obviously this stars Cynthia Erivo and
Ariana Grande.
I mean, the vocals are vocaling, obviously, but it just looks incredible. But the funniest thing, and I'm dying inside about this, is that like there's like young kids who obviously are big Ariana Grande fans. Don't know that the song Popular is from Wicked already, and they're commenting like, oh my God, Ari gets to sing her song in the movie. And I'm like, no, it's not her song. I mean, it's basically her song now, but...
I've actually never seen Wicked at the West End.
Oh my God,
no, I know.
There's a thing of like everyone who loves Wicked in Defying Gravity, at the end there's like this ad lib that whoever's singing it does, and every like famous alphabet does it in a different way.
Okay.
And at the very end of the trailer, Cynthia Erivo's character obviously does her version, and it just like made me like tear up. It's just so like, it's so lovely seeing how different like actors and singers like put their twist on it, and that's what makes it so special.
Yeah.
But I just can't wait to see it. It looks amazing.
This isn't hot news, but obviously Hailey Bieber's pregnant.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Do you reckon she's a lot further along than she's...
Well, I don't know, because you can't really tell by like bump-wise, and what she said, but...
But was that her at Coachella, do you think? Did you see the recent photo of her?
I don't think she would have been out at Coachella.
Imagine if she's had it already.
Oh my God. Well, that's like Melissa's wardrobe. Because she didn't post anything about it, and then she's like, I've had a baby. I was like,
I do think that's, if you're in the public eye, it's the best way to have a stress-free pregnancy.
100%. Oh,
but baby Beaver's cooking.
That is going to be the most attractive, like, person in the entire world when they grow up. Like, wow.
And did you see, There Could Be Me?
Oh,
It's been streamed to, like, a ridiculous amount because everyone's filming themselves crying to the song.
It's so funny, but surely at this point you're like, I love Hailey Bieber, I love Justin Bieber. It just feels nice that they're together and they're having a child. Like, I'm not in my like jealous phase anymore from when we were like 10 and we were like, that should be me.
Well, I just thought he was my first love.
Well, yeah, same, but like now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm so happy he's happy.
But he's wanted kids for years and years and years. He's going to be such a good dad.
Yeah. I saw on TikTok yesterday, apparently Harry Styles and Taylor have broken up. I don't know if that's true. It was on like 3 news sources.
You believe everything you read.
I don't believe it, unless it's on Demois.
Steph's like, it's true.
Unless it's on Demois, I don't really believe it, and it's not been on there yet, but apparently they've broken up. He's grown his hair back, which I'm very happy about.
I do love that. I love that. He's been spotted a lot in London recently.
He has, but someone who's had the chop is Tom Holland.
Oh, he looks really
good.
He looks so good. He's giving like bad boy.
Yeah, I've always loved him, but the haircut is really giving, and it's obviously from his
Romeo and Juliet.
First Few Nights. Like no one can film anything. Like I wouldn't want them to be fair. I'd want to go see it. Not that we can get tickets.
No.
He just looks so good, and I just bet it's so amazing, isn't it? It's a very like new take on it. I can't remember who the director is, but he goes for quite like an out of the box. Like there's no set, there's nothing on stage. There's like cameras on stage, and then they're all quite modern. And it's definitely not a traditional Romeo and Juliet take.
Good though. I think that's what we need.
It's nice
isn't
to have
it?
a fresh, like a fresh like.
But it must be so intimate to be able to see him like that.
I know.
Has anyone in the office been yet? I don't think so.
I've not heard a single review.
I'm excited.
God, I want to get tickets for that.
Yes.
Maybe they'll release a few more and we can be like, let's go.
I know.
Do you reckon Zendaya's gone?
Yes, 100%.
She's saying, like hiding in the back with her.
I bet she's there just like filming him.
Since we're in Manchester, that's just made me think the new stadium is being built.
I know it's
been built.
It's been built. Yeah.
I've heard Harry Styles is going to be one of the first ones to perform. He is from Manchester. I was trying to think the other day,
isn't he?
I was trying to think the other day, famous Mancunians.
H. We love H. Oh, do you remember after the Brits when I joined his live on the way home and I started commenting on his live? I was like, loved your jacket at the Brits, just saw you. And he was like, yeah, I'm off to an after party, I'm not going to tell you where I'm going. Oh. He didn't reply, sadly. Do you ever comment on people's lives?
No.
I comment quite a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I feel like I don't watch enough lives. I think we should do more.
I was just going to say we need to be doing lunchtime lives.
Yeah, we should. No, I saw that he said that he's going off social media now.
Really?
For a bit. And he's such like a non-celebrity. Like it's as if he was like on his Snapchat like, yeah guys, I'm going offline for a few days, like see you later. Like it was like very like low key.
We haven't checked out the end yet in Manchester, so we want to do that.
We need to find time to do that.
Mara and I did a commercial social booking yesterday, but the stores were so spacious and very stress-free, so I'm excited to do a bit of shopping in Manchester.
But yeah, moving on now, we are about to speak to Fourth and Reckless and July Child, so stay tuned for that in a second.
Enjoy. Welcome, Sinead.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, great to have you on the pod.
So as we said earlier, Sinead is the founder of July Child, who we love and we've loved for ages.
We've been big fans of your brand.
We wanted to ask you a bit about your business and you and just sort of what's next for you. So to start off, tell the people, how did you start the brand? And like, where did your love for jewellery first come from for you to be like, I'm going to start a brand?
So I started the brand when I was 24, so I'm 31 now, so it's our 7-year anniversary this year.
Congrats.
It sort of came about in a very organic way. I was a shopper, a big shopper, and spent a lot of time travelling around, finding lots of different boutiques with jewellery designers and trying to source unique pieces that I couldn't really find in the UK. So when I was away, I was, hunting for different jewellery designers and wanted to kind of build up a really unique collection. And that's how I came up with the idea for July Child. It was me being a shopper, discovering that there was a gap in the market for something where, quirky jewellery could exist on one platform. And I grew the brand based on stocking international jewellery designers. And that then became very small but successful. And eventually it got to the point where 3 years in, I think I just heard a lot of July Child, as opposed to the designers that we were stocking on the site. So there was an opportunity for me to maybe expand a little bit and try my hand at designing. So in 2020, I started designing the collection, which is now what we're most renowned for, which is the clouds, the hearts, the stars, and the ribbed bands and things that everyone really loves July Child for. And from there, we've gone from strength to strength. We've had some really major milestones, and we just continue to kind of grow in ways that I'm very amazed by. I think it's such an organic thing as the founder and still very much the everyday decision maker of the brand. I'm learning in sort of growing with the brand, and it's very much an extension of me.
Amazing.
Which is lovely.
Where did the name come from?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Yeah, so July Child, I am a July baby. So born on the 19th of July. So I think a lot of people identify, don't they, with their star sign or their month of birth. And I think I just find that July is just one of the happiest months, and it's the best month.
It really is.
It is, isn't it?
Summer's fully there, and it's
exactly. It's the happy, sunny, light days. My mum used to tell me that I was born in July on a Sunday, and there was always those little poems. Sunday's child is full of grace and stuff like that. So originally, it was looking at the idea to call it Sunday's Child, but that actually exists, and I kind of just fell into July Child. I was a bit nervous at first that I'd really cornered myself into July, cancel the crab. Is anyone going to like that?
When did you start to realise actually something's good here?
We were in 2019, it was just before COVID. That was when I started to see the socials really growing. And I think something that I really lent into with July Child was collaborations and limited edition collections, basically. And at the time, that wasn't really something that I knew to be a proven marketing method for your brand, but it just felt like the best sort of route for us is to connect with designers, create small collections that were one-off to get people really excited about the brand.
Exactly.
Yeah, like get a hype built around the brand. And that's when we started to gain a lot of momentum, and sales really, really picked up, and we would drop a collection and it would sell out within 24 hours. And it was like, being someone in your early 20s who's like, it's working. My business is actually
so exciting.
Something that I can take seriously 100%. And start to pay some bills with. Right? So we kind of led on from there, and that's then when I was brave enough to build my own collection, which gave me a lot of control over creation and production lead times and things like that, and kind of made the process a lot simpler and quicker for me to produce.
Yeah.
And that's when we really catapulted the brand. And I mean, I've not looked back since. I can't even believe that journey. It just was like a hop, skip, and like a huge jump. Because we went from earning like 80k in a year to $1 million, almost 18 months later. I was
amazing.
What was the biggest pinch me moment? Was it asking to be stocked in these huge retailers you're in?
Do you know what? I think it was actually seeing people like Dua Lipa wearing the brand. Anne-Marie was wearing it all over her album cover, and it was all over the tubes. She had like her hands up by her face, and she looked insane. That was working with Phoebe Lettice Thompson, the stylist.
So cool. Really
She's
cool.
People like that were reaching out and wanted to work with us. Zara Larsson said it was one of the top 12 things she couldn't live without was her starstruck ring.
That's amazing.
So having those moments, I think, as just a teenager who used to flick through Vogue magazines, like wanting to just, be in the fashion world, actually then doing it by yourself and without any contacts or any way in other than just building something on your own. Yeah. I think that for me was probably just such a wow moment, like just feeling very proud of myself. But I think, you put a lot of effort into these things, and some people will look on the outside and think, wow, like, is that super easy? Is that quite...
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you also, as a founder, you have so many different hats that you're wearing. Like, you've got to do a bit of everything. And, that's so challenging. Yeah,
and I think when you're quite a happy, quite youthful... I think I have a lot of playful energy. Yeah. So you wouldn't think, oh, Sinead's going to sit at a desk all day being super serious, paying invoices. But there is so much of that. There is so much of networking, building your staff and building that side as well, which is leadership and being able to assign roles. 100%. So I think building your team around you is really important.
How have you found that? Finding these people?
Yeah, you know what? Initially, it was quite difficult finding my feet as a manager or a leader, because I was just a very independent creative who wanted to start a brand, like a solopreneur, whatever it is. Yeah. And then having to then think about not just myself, but then more people. It was quite difficult in the early stages. I had to read a lot. I've read a lot of books.
Oh, I love
podcasts,
that.
like how to be a good leader, because I don't want to let people down.
100%.
And I want to make sure that they feel excited and motivated.
Yeah, and have as much passion as you do.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think we would find people through putting out job descriptions on our social platform, because of course they're our community. They know the most about the brand. They're the most excited about it. So hiring from your customer base, there's so many talented, creative women who are in that sector. Yeah, that's how you find the team members that are really going to get stuck in and get really excited about what you're doing as a brand. They know the journey, so they're the best people to be a part of it.
And in terms of like style, because obviously you lived in London, you from Manchester. What's the difference? Because we're obviously here, we're trying to like suss it out. Like, what are your main like differences you think with style and like the vibe?
I think style-wise, it's the cities both exude like very cool, creative people.
Agreed. Even wandering around yesterday, I was like, love the fit.
Yeah. Honestly, Ancoats or Northern Quarter, for anyone who's not been, just to be people watching in one of the squares there, you just see so much cool influence. And that's, I think, a lot of the time, you know, when you're building a brand and you're very much at the core one of the girls from that city, like a Manchester girl, I'm so inspired by the music culture, the fashion, everything that happens here. This city is really tight-knit and really champions independent brands. Everyone kind of knows each other in the creative hubs and really supports each other.
That's
so you can be quite a big fish in a smaller pond here, as opposed to London, which is huge and there's so much going on. I definitely think, Manchester's got a real new influx of London brands now, which is really exciting. So it's making it a lot more of almost another mini capital.
Well, we were even just saying this before you came this morning when we were having catch up. Just the branding, you know, everything is so cool up here. We love it.
Yeah, it's actually really, really coming on leaps and bounds. It's one of those moments where I'm kind of like, do I even need to be in London as much? Because a lot of people are coming here now and hosting events here. For, I think, a lot of the fashion girlies in Manchester, we really love, you know, the rise of the independent brand, because of course there's a lot of the fast fashion brands kind of originated here or had their HQs here, so really encouraging a lot of the smaller brands to have their voice. There's a shop, actually one of my friends owns, the Nora store in Ancoats, which is really worth a visit. It stocks like Hodgesberg.
Oh yes,
Try to pronounce that properly.
Cool,
and lots of other amazing brands like Mister.
Cool.
So that's really worth a look around. But I think the London and the Manchester girl are very similar. We host pop-ups in both cities, and the vibe and the energy of the customer is exactly the same. They're both like quite into their style, into their trends, fashion conscious. So, you know, like brand conscious as well. They want to be shopping from brands that they know and can chat with, that have more of a community focus. You know, it's like the Dams and Madder and the Good Squish. It's those brands where it's really community-based.
And people buy into that. And I think as you as the founder, people, you know, they love to see a face behind a brand.
100%.
And they feel more connected. And I think we've loved that about you and working with you over the last few years.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Very flattered.
And also we wanted to talk about some of the challenges you face, because obviously your designs are so unique. They're so cool. They're so out there. But obviously that opens you up to people ripping off your designs, copying you. How have you dealt with that?
That was quite tricky, actually, in the first instance when that started to happen. It was very soon into launching my own collection, which was the Cloud, the Star and the Heart.
I love those.
Which everybody knows is like the core July Child piece, and they had the ribbed band. Very quickly saw lots of major retailers. I won't name drop.
No.
How did it make you feel when you saw it?
Oh, so disheartening.
Like, it's just disappointing as well, isn't it?
Just a little bit emotional, because the time and effort that it takes to produce these, it's almost like a 12-month process from the initial spark. And it also feels like someone's kind of reaching into your brain and kind of violating.
It is violating.
I know that sounds weird, but
I get that.
Very intrusive having someone coming in and rooting around and then be like, I'll have that for me. And, you know, we'll just sell this at the fraction of a price, at the fraction of a quality. And I think naturally you're going to get people then confused about who the original designer is. So then you get a backlash from strangers on the internet. Not that majorly matters, but it is quite disheartening.
Yeah. And the legalities of it all, I guess this is all very new. And how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I have a really good lawyer.
That's good.
Yeah, a family lawyer.
Yeah.
So we work very closely on cease and desist. Yeah. I think if any small brands do have that issue, a lot of people do reach out to me. I think because they saw the issue with one of the very big brands. I think everyone knows the viral video.
Yeah.
That caused quite a storm, and that was very off the cuff, by the way.
Yeah.
So I had no idea that was going to happen, but I'm kind of glad it did.
No, I'm glad it did. I feel like people come together for those kind of things.
And it gives people a voice. And I think one thing that I'm never shy of is being quite out there and confident about what I'm doing. I think it's good to talk about things, and it's good to be really transparent with your community, because ultimately they're not just your customer. They're almost, some of them are friends, you know. It's kind of like, let's share this and let's talk about this, and let's make this less of a taboo subject so that other brands then also feel confident enough to shout about that, because you shouldn't have to feel silence in that process. And also, it really can affect your brand's value. It can.
Well, your confidence even is worrying that the next thing you're going to do is going to be totally ripped off.
Exactly. Everything became so secretive after that. I was like, I can't even talk. I can't even create brand buzz ahead of a collection launch. I'm so scared someone's going to do it within a day and launch the same product.
Of course.
And as a brand, you have like a month where you build the marketing up to be excited about the next drop. Yeah, it was very difficult. But if anyone has issues with that, I'm your gal.
You're the gal.
I'm the gal.
And just looking ahead to the future, like, what's next for you guys? Like, what's going on? Anything you can talk about?
Yeah. We've got honestly, this year is, I think, one of the most exciting yet. We are launching some collaborations with some really exciting influencers and creatives.
Are they Manchester based? Are they?
No, actually. So the one that is coming up very soon, which I can probably talk about, is Alana Nicole, who's a very gorgeous maximalist blogger.
Yeah.
We are doing a collection exclusive with her. So we've co-designed a small range of jewellery, and that's going to be launched, and we're going to be doing some events. So we're going to be in a trade show in LA. I'm going to be going out to New York in September. We're hopefully going to be hosting some pop-ups and things like that. The US market is almost taking over our UK customer now.
Really, that's amazing.
So I am now going to be extending my knowledge and business to the US. So this year is US takeover.
Yeah, when you first started, did you ever imagine to be merging into a new market? That's just so cool.
It's so weird because so many people say when you start a business, you write down your goals. Yeah. And I think I'm just one of those who's like, just do it all. Just run at it. Like, wear all the hats. And then it's kind of really developed into this huge opportunity. And now everything that comes through, I am definitely planning a lot more. As I've kind of got older, I've got better at planning.
Planning.
I'm just like, I'm so in the moment. Woo. Anyway, I've really been like excited about this New York, LA takeover, and that's what we're putting all our focus into this year.
Exciting. We're excited to see all that.
Yeah, brilliant.
Well, to close everything off, we're going to do a bit of a quick fire about Manchester. We want to know your recommendations and things. So, what is your favourite place to shop? I think you kind of mentioned it.
Nora store is definitely one of my favourite shops. That's the only independent store for women. It's like a boutique women's store. It's amazing. And the girls who run it are incredible.
Amazing. Okay, what's your favourite foodie spot?
Holland Bakery.
We keep hearing about this place.
Holland
We need to go.
Bakery. It's stunning. And the best matcha.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Best under the radar thing to do in Manchester.
Okay, so my favourite thing to do that's kind of under the radar is I'll go for a little walk near Mayfield Depot at the park there, which is quite newly open and it's beautiful, and then walk down through the city, which looks very New Yorky. It's like this side that's very Manhattan style, to a place called Seesaw Cafe, and it's a co-working space, and it's incredible. The views are beautiful, and I've spent some afternoons there like sketching away new designs, and it's just such a nice little creative spot.
Love that.
So cute.
I just love that. What's your favourite thing about Manchester?
The people. The people are the best. Everyone's very chatty, very social.
Last one. Who's your favourite Mancunian? Like famous person that's come from here. Yeah. We were trying to name some earlier, and I was
Yeah,
like,
we were.
H. Who's your favourite?
I'm trying to think. I really want to get this right because I literally have so many people that I love.
That's one that comes to your head. It's always the best.
I think Morrissey's from Manchester.
Yeah.
I do love the Smiths.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big old rock music fan, so I guess someone like Morrissey, the Smiths.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's get
Only for his voice. Only for his voice. I mean, he's quite opinionated, but his voice is beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that.
Brilliant. Well, thank you
thank you
so
so
much for
much.
coming.
Thank you for having me,
It's been
girls.
great to chat.
Right, we're back, and we have got 2 new people on the sofa. Let's change our setup slightly. These are the girls who bought the breakfast. We've got Paula here. Say hello.
Really excited to be here. Thank you.
And we've got Liv. Say hello.
Hi,
everyone.
So, Orla, you are senior designer at Fourth
Yeah.
and Reckless, and Liv, you are head of brand marketing.
Yeah, at Fourth, yeah.
Exciting. Well, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, we're really
We've been
excited.
huge fans of Fourth and Reckless for a few years now,
Yeah.
so it's great to finally meet you guys.
No, and I think like in the last few years, especially, it's really been killing it. Like it's gone a new level, and like so we just want to talk about all of that and what you guys have been up to and what the brand's up to. But how did it start? So who were like the founders? You were kind of telling us last night, and I had no idea. But who were the founders of Fourth and Reckless?
So basically, it started about, I'd say, like 8 years ago, and our boss called Pavan, kind of like started the business. His like background and like family have been in like the industry for like 35 years, so he's like really knowledgeable like product, like logistics, customers, like got loads of like relationships with people. So like he kind of wanted to start a brand, and kind of brought Louisa on board, who's like head of brand and design at Fourth, and we kind of just started doing like footwear first, and it started as like we were just buying like footwear from like wholesalers. We weren't designing it or anything like that, and then I kind of joined a year after like they kind of like started the brand, and we kind of like evolved from there. Really started like the design in the footwear, and then we decided, we wanted to go into like more clothing aspect of the brand, and went from there. Really started with like tailoring, which is like our main focus on like wovens, and then kind of built the brand from there. It was just quite a small team obviously at first, just like me and Louisa and Pavan. So it was quite
You've been there from day dot, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a bit crazy, and it's really nice to see like what it was like then and what it is like now, and how like much it's grown, and
how
it is
big are you
crazy.
now? A team of 15, is that right?
Yeah, so we've got a team of 15 like solidly on Fourth, and then like our wider company, there's about 40 in like the Manchester office.
Then we have like offices in Bangladesh, China, Turkey, so all over the world, LA as well.
Yeah.
For
And
those
then-
like people who don't know the brand as well, who is the fourth girl? Like who is that person that you're making these clothes for?
So I think it comes really naturally to design because I feel like everyone in the office is the fourth girl.
Yeah.
So when I'm like designing anything, I'm always thinking, would Liv wear this?
Yeah.
Beth
Yeah.
wear this? Would everyone in the team would wear it.
Well, last night, so just
Yeah.
a caveat, Orla joined our dinner last night that we
Yeah.
hosted, and you were in something you designed.
Yeah.
What were you wearing?
Always. LA, the linen set.
I love that.
But just like always thinking about like our customers, like everyone in the office, so it's quite easy natural to design for them.
So is that where you take most of your inspiration from?
Yeah, probably. And even like move-ons of things that I've done really well. So always like thinking about what does the customer want, what are they enjoying,
Yeah.
like moving it on. So even like the PJ trouser, like doing it in a new way.
Yeah.
And we were saying, do you remember my black plié set?
Oh, yes, we've all got that.
I,
in the
I,
office,
I
haven't we?
think I've had it for honestly 4 years.
Yeah.
And every time
It's
I get it
lovely.
out, people
Yeah.
are like, "Where's that from?"
Yeah.
Everyone loves
You
it
can
still,
dress it
yeah.
up, you can dress it down.
Yeah.
When you don't know what to wear, I just put it on.
Yeah, so that's like our main thing, like ways to wear things multiple ways, like
And like making sure that the quality is just really premium.
yeah.
and,
So
like-
even that Princess set washes so well.
Yeah.
Comes out exactly the same.
Yeah.
After years.
I've seen that like now, because that's been such a staple, I feel like everyone knows that set is for.
That's
Yeah.
You guys have now got the strapless, like
That's all.
Oh, yeah,
that's
the
so
Olivia
like a
set,
new
yeah.
version of it, which is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
Really
we're also
like
like
that.
moving it on.
Yeah.
And influencer strategy is a huge part.
Yeah.
Of influencer strategy. How have you found that? Building those relationships, is that sort of a real key?
Yeah, I
you
think
know.
we're really particular on like who we work with.
Yeah, I think it's been definitely key for like just like the growth on social, and just like building that relationship with like key influencers, and like keep working with them all the time to kind of like build our community, and it's like their community as well, kind of thing. So like we've worked with influencers, it's like mainly our like main point of like marketing, which has been really nice to like work with like different girls.
And what's the process? You get them in. Is it really you work really tightly with them, or you show them designs?
Yeah, so design process is kind of like we look at them and what they're kind of interested in, and we get like feedback from them on like what direction they would like to go in, and then we kind of would like back and forth. Like, do you like this? Kind of,
looking at fabrics, the fit of the
like
things, and everything like that.
Fit is so important for us.
But even aside from, I suppose, the collections, it's so interesting on obviously your socials. So much of the content is with influencers, of influencers, and I feel like it does make people see themselves in it more when it's styled and when it's and there's so many different styles and people, so that's really cool as well. And how about TikTok? How have you guys found moving on to TikTok? And
I think it's a bit different for us. Just trying to like figure out like
it's
what
like test and learn.
and like what trends like kind of like work for us, and like we don't just want to, we're quite like particular in like what we like do as a brand and like the attention to detail and things like that. So I feel like it's just picking out the trend but doing it in our way and making it a bit different.
That's, I think, one of our biggest challenges was like, how do we keep authentic to us
That's what we
but
want,
also strip it back a little so it feels authentic and native to the app. It's difficult.
exactly.
It's a hard balance.
It is
I think
difficult.
because we're not necessarily like fully trend based as well, because our styles are like things you can wear forever.
Well, like,
100%.
like,
I was gonna say,
So like we do like drop in our trend, but we will have our like forever staples, like our forever, like all ages can wear it.
And does
Like,
it feel like a pressure though, like when there are like a new trend on TikTok, a new thing every time? Like, how do you find that balance? I suppose.
I think it always comes back, like we always want to be different and new, but you have to think, will everyone else be doing this? You know, so we have to do it some way, like in a different way. Elevate it more. So it's more premium.
Need to like evolve as well.
And you have to think ahead as well, because you obviously work a season ahead. So it's almost like, how do you find those like ideas or trends that far in advance, and how do you know what's going to be like?
So I think like as we've grown as a business, it's really now about like the customer and what has done well in the past, and looking at our fabrics, like elevating the details of fabrics. I think it's not always about like reinventing the shape to the wheel. Like, you know, it's just about, say, the pajama trouser, doing it a new way.
New
like
fabric,
the fabric.
Well, it's like you've just given us a sneak peek of your summer collection, and it's the tanks in the knits.
It's the quality of it.
So you're off tomorrow morning on quite an exciting thing. Talk us through.
So we have a flight at 6 a.m.
Yeah, we've not packed yet.
We've not packed a single thing.
But no, we're really excited. It's our like next influencer collaboration, which launched within June. So we're really excited about that.
Can you give any
It includes like resort wear.
Okay,
So swimwear, we'll have some lounge in there as well, which everyone loves.
Yeah, so it's like loads of like nice little textures and little fabric details.
So how will she fly out?
Yeah, so she's actually from Miami, so she's flying out, and then we'll shoot for 4 days, and then so we're dead excited. Not met her yet, so we're
And
super
you're in
excited.
a big villa, right? And you're shooting in this villa.
So cool. I mean, obviously it's work, but it's such a fun trip at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it would be
But do you go quite like, it's a bit like us,
Yeah.
when like we arrived in Manchester, we were like, right, we're going to do this, we need to execute, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like, it's full
It's
on.
full on.
It's
Yeah.
full on.
straight away.
Yeah, everyone's you get to go away, but
I
it's
know,
full on. It's
we
hard
had the same
work.
thing
Yeah.
as well. They're like, oh, you get to go on a trip. Like, no.
When we went to Paris, we were there for 24 hours.
Oh my
weren't we?
gosh,
And we were like, we just want
Boom, boom, boom. Have a croissant and have a coffee. No, but it's fun as well.
Yeah,
it's
no, it
nice
is
to have a different like change of scene, and
Yeah,
those
we love
kind of
working
things is what re-inspires you as well to
All the
like get
time,
new
yeah.
ideas. And like, what are your key pillars for the business? Like, what are the most important things? Is it social? Is it the design? Like, what are those things for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's like building the community, like doing more things with like the customer, doing like different like experimental marketing. Like obviously we've just done a pop-up, like our first ever pop-up in London.
So
amazing, it was
Everyone
so
loves
good.
that.
I think people just love that now, the community.
person,
and
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's so important.
And they could feel the fabric in person.
Yeah, like getting people involved. Yeah, people didn't like realise how
They had
like
no
amazing
idea.
it was, like for the value as well.
Which
Which is
even
great.
like setting up the space was like, this is who we are in a space.
Yeah, which was really nice
It's
to
like a
see.
new leg to the
I feel like
business,
that's
actually.
something we're trying to do more of as well. Like even here in Manchester,
Yeah.
we've got a big walk to meet more of our readers, and it's just nice. To
I've heard lots
actually-
of your offices coming actually.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But speaking of Manchester, like, what is, I guess, I'm sure you guys, your customers from everywhere, but what is like the Manchester girl to you? Like, I feel like the style is so different from other places, and that's kind of why we're here, is to like dig that out and like find out what that is. And like,
Yeah, I feel like Manchester has a lot of different girls.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
so many, isn't there?
yeah,
So like we do kind of cater to like a few different types of people, but I feel like our clothes can be styled multiple ways.
Yeah.
Just helps. So like even like my mom will be wearing the same trousers as me, but in a different way.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
and we're gonna ask you some quick fire questions now about money. So, what's your favourite place to shop in Manchester?
In person.
Yeah, this is when like we just shop for the rest of this online. That's it.
Yeah, just for that's all everywhere.
Honestly, that is literally
I mean, that's probably true. Like, if you work there, obviously that's what you're wearing,
that
isn't
is pretty
it?
much, yeah. I mean, I do like cars. We don't have a lot of stores. in
No,
Manchester,
just got a new Mango, which is good.
lovely.
like that.
Yeah.
They have some nice summer bits, like wedding guest dresses. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, what's your favourite foodie spots? Give them one each.
My
What's your
number
favourite?
one,
Yeah.
Firehouse.
Oh yes, you were telling us about that yesterday.
Everyone thinks it's so basic, but I love it.
The food's good.
For those who don't know, what is it?
So it's like, what would you call it? Like Greek? I don't know.
No.
Mediterranean?
I would say it's like quite like Italian, like it's like burrata.
Well,
Like Mediterranean. I guess
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
like
mix, isn't it?
meze.
Yeah.
Meze
But
balls.
then they also have like roasts on the
Oh,
side.
okay. They do a bit of
Yeah.
everything. We love
And like
that.
a spicy marg.
Yeah, we love a spicy.
But then it
one.
turns into like a night out.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like,
So
That's
fun.
where we go all the time for social.
Yeah, every social event.
Liv, where's yours?
I love Peter Street Kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's
it's like
that?
Asian, Mexican, like
Fusion?
Yeah,
We've got one in
fusion.
London.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's I think
cool.
it's a different fusion, isn't it?
yeah.
But yeah, I love it there. Like the food's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Favorite under the radar Manchester spot can be anything. Doesn't have to be food.
I'm gonna steal where you went yesterday because I actually feel like I love it so much. Michael's.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna get one after.
Pistachio latte.
Oh, I'm
Oh my
crazy.
god! All I was like, guys, I'm really upset because you're gonna tell everyone about it. It's not good. Like it's not gonna
so
be.
busy.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I like how it is now.
Who is your most favourite famous Mancunian? Dead or alive?
Such like a
What?
a random one, but I really want to know.
Favorite? Oh my god.
Why can I only think of age? Every time I try and give an
I feel like
example,
no one. I feel like
Harry
no one.
Styles?
Oh yeah, Harry Styles. That's a good
Yeah.
one. Love Harry Styles. I went to see him last
from
year.
Ireland. I'm like,
Oh, of course.
Got another Irish girlie.
yeah.
No, but Harry Styles is a good one.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's so lovely to chat.
yeah, it's so good to chat and see all the new stuff, and we're so excited to see it all come. I really want to see the campaign now. I feel like I've heard the ideas and I want to see it. And
We're going to do a bit of an unboxing on our blog.
Yes,
so
we
do
are.
Stay tuned because
Yeah.
the girls have given us some goodie bags, which we're really excited
Yeah.
to do. So we'll talk you through them in more detail.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here, guys.
No, thank you so much. It's been great. Yeah.